Happy Friday, February 27th. We have an amazing slate in the NBA and college basketball and college baseball. We are so blessed with so many good games this weekend. So let's get into Friday's slate and let's talk about the four best player props in the NBA. We just cashed yesterday's four-man. We're here to do it again. And then we're going to switch gears over to the sports books where I'm going to tell you who's going to win, who's going to lose, the unders, the overs, all of that right here in this video. So make sure you're paying attention, make sure you're locking in, and get ready to go bananas.
Sub to the channel, we drop picks on the daily, dropping knowledge every day, and you don't have to pay me, we just keep stacking wins while the rest moving lazy.
Before we get rocking and rolling and diving into all of the free plays we have in store for you for Friday, really quick, let's just talk about Thursday and how we cashed the four-man. It was really a five-man, but the last leg did void because Lauri Markkanen did not play in the game. So we hit the four-man, nice 4x payout on that one. Absolutely beautifully crafted. And we also hit the sportsbook play of the day where I put $100 of my own money on that play for you guys. And if and when it did cash, you would have gotten all of the profits from that play, but we did not hit 100 likes. So make sure you're smashing that like button because 100 likes on this video, someone that comments below will get all of the profits from that play. And again, I'm putting $100 of my own money on that play. It's a plus money play, so you'll get over $100. And all you got to do is smash that like button and comment below. And make sure you're subscribed while you're at it because I drop these every single day, handing out money, handing out plays. It is the best place to be on a Friday. I'm so excited for the weekend. We have a monster slate. And the weekend is really where we make all of our money. And here we got this one on Thursday really quick. Kennesaw State plus 100 in college basketball, beating Liberty at home as the home underdog, and we were all over them. We still have some late night games. We did have one loss so far in premium. Purdue, final seconds, lost by 2. Could not believe it. We had them on the money line, paired up with the 76ers plus 9.5. We took a little bit of insurance in premium. So we fell 2 points short for that play, but we still have 2 open, and I think they will be successful. So another successful night in premium, and this weekend's going to be even bigger because our weekends are always the biggest. We hit 17 units last weekend. College baseball is so lucrative on the weekends, and we're going to take full advantage of that once again. So do not wait on the sidelines. Use code CUCK, C-U-C-K. You're not going to want to sit there and watch. You're going to want to get in on the action because when you're going to see all these green slips during the recaps all weekend long, you're going to be mad that you didn't use that code C-U-C-K and get $20 for the weekend pass. $20 weekend pass. That's all it's going to cost you with code CUCK. So make sure you're taking advantage and getting over to the Winible and signing up for premium. Without further ado, I don't want to waste any more time on any of this. I want to get right into these plays. I'm super excited about them. I absolutely love them. But there's one more thing that I have to say. Gambling involves significant risks. There's no guarantees of profit, and you can lose some or all of your money. The content in this video is for informational, educational, and entertainment purposes only and does not constitute financial or legal advice. Past performance is not indicative of future results. We are not responsible for any losses that may occur as a result of using the information provided here. Viewers must be 18 or older or a legal age in their jurisdiction to gamble. If you have a gambling problem, please seek help. Responsible gambling resources are down below to include 1-800-GAMBLER in the United States. This video does contain affiliate links. We may receive a commission from those links. We do. You also get some money. We'll get into that later, but let's get into the plays. I'm too excited to talk about anything else. The first player prop on the board is Cade Cunningham over 40.5 points, rebounds, and assists. We get a nice matchup here for the Cleveland Cavaliers going up to Detroit, playing the Pistons. The Pistons are 6-point favorites at home, minus 230 on the money line. The over-under is 225.5. So a nice over-under total for us. I think that Detroit's going to probably win this game. Cleveland is a little bit banged up at the moment, and I think they're going to take full advantage of that. They've been playing very, very good basketball as of late. And as you can see, Cade Cunningham is averaging 41.8 points, rebounds, and assists over the last 10 games. He's got 6 out of his last 10 as well. Now, he's only 40% against the Cavs, but he narrowly missed in their last matchup back in January 4th, getting 40. I think he's going to go a little bit over that number in this one. Now, Cleveland, as you can see, very neutral matchup here. They allow 115 points a game. They're 43 points or rebounds a game, 26 assists a game, 14, 13, and 13 in the NBA. Point guard, they're even stingier with just that 8 rebounds. But everybody on that team is banged up. James Harden is probable right now with a thumb. Well, questionable, rather, with his thumb injury. Donovan Mitchell is already ruled out. They are very, very thin on Friday. If Harden and Dennis Schroeder, who's also out, are out, that's going to leave Craig Porter probably at that point guard position to go up against Cade Cunningham. And I don't think he's going to fare too well in that defense department. I do not think that the Cleveland Cavaliers are going to be able to hang on Friday with the Detroit Pistons. They are hungry and they are going to take this one at home. And we like Cade Cunningham to exploit that banged up Cavaliers team. So we're taking him here for over 40.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Next, in another great matchup for us with a beautiful under-over, we have the Grizzlies going down to Dallas and playing them on the road. They are 6-point underdogs in this one, plus 194 on the money line. I kind of disagree with that because the Grizzlies have been playing very, very good basketball. I think this spread should be a lot lower. If they're going to be the underdog, I think it should be at like 3.5 max. The under over here is 236.5, the highest one on Friday for us. And I think GG is going to have a day. And we're taking him for 20.5 points and rebounds. His line is set close to 20. I think he can get over 20 points in this matchup, and I like him to do that and sprinkle some rebounds on there for us. I think this line should be set more at like 25. So 20.5 without knocking it down at all is absolutely beautiful. Now, as you can see, head-to-head, bad. 4.6 points and rebounds against this team. But as you can see, this was mostly last season, a couple games here in the beginning of the season, and his minutes were not there. He averaged 11.3 minutes against the Dallas Mavericks in the past, and that has changed significantly. In his last 10 games, he's over this in 7 of his last 10. He's averaging 23.2 in his last 10, and his minutes have gone way up. He is playing phenomenal basketball, and we're going to take advantage of this mistake. Now, as you can see, the Mavericks 21st and 27th in points and rebounds allowed, so a great matchup for him there on that. But they are a little bit stingier to the power forward position, but I still think he's going to have a very good game. I'm not worried about what they do in the points allowed or rebounds allowed category. They still allow 21.1 points to the power forward position and 9 rebounds allowed as well, even though they're ranked 8th and 11th. And as you can see here, we have some guys with some green checks next to their name. Really, none of them are huge powerhouses. Now, you could say GG isn't a huge powerhouse either, but I do think the way he's been playing basketball lately and just how soft the Dallas defense has been as of late, because Danny Wolf, the only one that didn't go over this, is actually the backup power forward for the Brooklyn Nets. I actually love him to get another green check on this list and GG to go over this 19.5 that is just set far too low. 20.5 rather. Far too low. I think he honestly gets over 20 points in this matchup, and then he's going to get a couple rebounds as well, clearing this line with relative ease. He's done this in every game in his last 5. I love this one. Maybe my favorite player prop on the night. GG Jackson over 20.5 points and rebounds. Now, before the last two, make sure you're taking advantage, going down below, visiting my buddy Stan, because you can lock in these plays for absolutely free. The 2 apps that I highly recommend for these plays, because the next one that we're going to go over is an adjusted line, and you can only adjust it on Prizepicks and Chalkboard. So you bet $5, get 50 on Prizepicks with code FFAPE, and with Chalkboard, you get $20 for absolutely free, no deposit required. And then when you deposit, up to $100 of a match on your deposit. And you can take advantage of any of these other apps as well. Great apps where you can get a free 30 days of premium plays per sign up. They all have their own bonuses. They all do discounts, codes every single day. Make sure you're diversifying your money so that you have more options, more specials, more promos to take advantage of on all of these great apps that you see in front of you. And if you want more free plays every day where I hand out cheat sheets in the NBA, we swept 2 the other day. One of them's looking like it's going to green tonight. Go over to Winible. You'll get all those cheat sheets for the NBA and beyond, lotto parlays, bonus free plays, a great Discord. It's all right there. And that premium option that I spoke of as well earlier is at that big, beautiful golden W. My boy Stan down below has got everything that you need. So just go visit him. He'll send you over to the Stan.store where you can take advantage of all of these great promos. And that sounds like a huge sale pitch, but honestly, it's super important to diversify. Even if you don't want to use my code because you think I'm a jerk off, you take advantage of somebody's code and get in those books and make sure that you use a code to get all those deposit matches and promos so that you can take advantage. The extra carrot on top is that you get 30 days of premium plays if you use my code, where you can profit all weekend and beyond with us. But what do we like? Back to the free play here. The third player prop we're taking. I know I said the next one was a knockdown one, but it's actually the fourth one. We're taking Chet Holmgren. Points over 14.5. Now, we love him in this matchup against the Denver Nuggets. This game is going to be a back and forth game. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been cleared to play, and they are the sportsbooks are taking note of that. The Oklahoma City Thunder are 8.5-point favorites at home, minus 330 on the money line. And the Oklahoma City Thunder have been winning games. Trust me, we know on the channel because we faded them a couple times and it did not pay off. I did not think they were going to beat some of the teams they beat without SGA, and they proved that they are here to play. 8.5-point favorites, like I said, minus 330 on the money line with a great over-under total, the second highest on the whole entire slate, over 231.5. Now, why are we going with Chet Holmgren? Well, I do think that Shai is going to be a little bit eased back into the lineup. I don't foresee his minutes exploding off of the screen whatsoever. I could be wrong on that, but either way, I still think Chet Holmgren to get 14.5 is an absolute gimme here. He's done it in 6 of his last 10. Now, in that span there, he's only done it 6 of his last 10, like I said, or he's only averaging 14.3. So just under what we need, but his line is set at 17.5. I think he could end up with almost 20 in this matchup, and he gets a good matchup against Denver Nuggets, 22nd in the NBA in points allowed. They give up 20.9 to that center position. Now, when you break it down head to head, their last matchup back on February 1st, where they won 121-111. SGA was still on the court at that time, and he only got 14. But I think he's going to get a couple more in this one. I like him to go over. We're not, like I said, taking SGA. You can take his points if you want to, but I think 30 is way too steep for his first game back, and I prefer Chet Holmgren in this one. As you can see down below, we got some good green checks. Al Horford, who is not known for his scoring, got 22. Donovan Clegane, who's not known for his scoring, got 15. Jarrett Allen, one of my least favorite centers in the entire NBA. If you guys know, you know. He's got 22 against them. I think Chet Holmgren's better than just about every single one on this list at that position, at scoring the basketball, and I think he's going to get it done for us. He's also exceeded that 9.5 points in 16 of his last 17 games. I don't really know why that matters because it's his line 17.5 and we're taking 14.5, so I don't really care that he exceeded 10, but we do love him to get this one. He's averaging 14.58 also against those Denver Nuggets in his career. So we like what we're seeing. I think it's going to be a nice spot for him here on Friday. We're taking Chet Holmgren over 14.5 points. And this is where our prize pick edge comes into play. And again, you can do it on Chalkboard as well. But we're adjusting down Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's rebound and assist line to 8.5. It's set at 10.5, and that's actually favorited over on all the major sports books who have more funding. Now, Prizepicks does have a big book where they can get the line guys to set the odds accordingly. So not really too much of a discrepancy there. But one thing that Prizepicks allows you to do that nobody else does except for Chalkboard is adjust the line down. If they're favoriting over 10.5, I have to go with my gut here. I think he's going to be dishing the ball more than shooting the ball here on Friday, and I love him for over 8.5. I think he gets 12 to 14 assists and rebounds in this game. I do think his minutes are going to be a little bit limited, but I don't think it's going to be enough to affect this line at all here. So we love him for 8.5, and I think the books are taking that into consideration as well, with his line being set at 10.5, because if he wasn't going to be on a minute restriction, you best believe his line would be at least 12.5 there. So as you can see, Denver Nuggets 14th and 11th in the NBA, 6.2 rebounds allowed, 8.4 assists allowed to that point guard position. I think he's going to get this in just about assists alone. I think he's going to get about 7 to 8 assists and then probably 2 to 3 rebounds. So we love him for, I honestly think he gets about 12, maybe more depending on his minutes, but I love him in this spot. And as you can see, great success against the Denver Nuggets. In their last matchup, he got 18. But he also, you got to remember the minutes. He did get 33 minutes in that one. I think he probably gets about 25 to 30 in this matchup. I think they will restrict him a little bit, but that might not come into play at all if Denver can keep it close. So either way, no matter how many minutes this man's on the court, we're taking him for over 8.5 rebounds and assists. I absolutely love this one. That's the 4-man we're locking in over there on Prizepicks. It is a 5.5x play, and we love this one for Friday. Now let's get over to the sports books. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen here on Friday. I got a team where I think the sports books mispriced the line, and we're going to take full advantage. And here is the play. I already placed it over on DraftKings. The line is already available, but you can place this one for absolutely free over on ONYX odds. You sign up with code FFAPE, and you can get $15 without depositing. When you deposit just $10, they give you $100 in bonus bets. So you don't even have to really come out of pocket at all to get this play locked in on Friday. If you want to take advantage of another one, Bovada is a great choice. My buddy Stan's got that one for you guys as well. $250 bonus. And Bovada, you actually get a free 60 days of premium plays. So take advantage and lock in with us. But why do we love Florida? Well, it's Friday. That means on the bump, we have some aces for really both sides here. Now, for Florida, they're going to be going with Liam Peterson, who is an absolute stud, powerful arm, high strikeout rate. He typically works about 5 to 6 innings. He's got mid-90s fastballs and a great slider. He's going to be going up against Miami, who should be starting AJ Siskar, who's their Friday starter. He throws a ton of strikes. He doesn't really walk too many guys. He should also be working in about 5 to 6 innings, but he does give up more contact than Peterson does. And one thing about Florida is they are a great contact hitting team. They have absolutely been crushing the ball this season. They lead the nation in doubles. They got a strong on-base percentage and better situational hitting than Miami. Now, Miami does have slight more power, I guess you could say, but Florida is far more balanced. Miami, great early season numbers, 15.5 runs per game, 374 batting average, 28 home runs, and a 710 slugging. Now, that does not really take in, I mean, it's not too impressive because their caliber of opponent is not anywhere near of what Florida's has gone up against this season. Florida definitely has the tougher opponents. Miami is 10-0. Florida is 9-1. They're going to be playing at Alex Rodriguez Park at Mark Light Field. Slight hitter-friendly park. The ball does carry in warmer weather, humid air. It's going to be 74 degrees at first pitch. There's going to be a light wind. I do think that gives us a little bit extra bases. Now, one thing to note, though, is that those pitchers in college baseball, they usually go about 5 to 6 innings, and Miami's bullpen is not anywhere near the caliber that Florida's is. So I think that's going to be another big sticking point in this one. Florida has the late inning edge because they're deep bullpen, SEC level arms, and their higher strikeout ability. But Miami, they got a pretty good bullpen. They're a little bit less proven against elite competition, and that's exactly what they'll be going up against on Friday. Now, I think Patterson will probably give up about 2 to 3 runs. The bullpen, maybe 1 or 2. I think Miami's probably going to score about 4 to 5 runs in this one. And I think Florida, I think they're going to get 3 to 4 against the car, 3 to 4 against the bullpen. I like them for 6 or 7. I think the final score will be anywhere from like 6-4 Miami, 7-4 Miami, and we get them for plus money here. I think the books messed up. Now, normally this would be a trap on any other sport, but the books don't spend nearly the same amount of time on making these lines as they do in other sports, because nobody really takes advantage of college baseball except for us. So we're going to be doing that on Friday. Give me Florida on the money line here for that plus money, and we'll see where the under over is, but we might be taking a play there over in premium as well. So that is the free play for Friday. That's everything I got for you guys. Thank you guys so much for your time, the support, everything. It means a ton to me. Keep locking in. We'll keep handing them out. Thank you guys so much. I hope you guys win all of your bets all weekend long, even if you didn't get it from me. Let's rob the books. That's what we're here to do. And if you don't like the plays, don't play the plays. But I love these plays, so I'm playing these plays. I'll see you in the next free play video.